Okay. Hello, my friends. Hello, my life warriors, wherever you are in the world. I do hope you're having a good day. This is a new episode of the podcast, the Day in, Day Out podcast, first one of 2020. I'm here today with Leon Thompson, who is a entrepreneur of the PT world. And I'm hoping we're going to have a nice conversation about some of his trials, tribulations, and how he's got to where he is today. Discovered him through a mutual friend, Ed Seydoux, on LinkedIn. And yeah, much of the stuff he's put out there has been, how can I say, rather informative, rather educational. So I think he's going to have maybe one or two tips and tricks you might need in the personal training world. Over to you, sir.
Miwa, hi, how's it going? Hey guys, thanks for listening. I wouldn't say I'm a PT entrepreneur.
Okay.
I've got to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the word entrepreneur. I think it's hugely overused.
Mm-hmm.
I think that anyone who decides to set up a business calls himself an entrepreneur in 2020. And I think that true entrepreneurship is more than just about setting up a business. It's about setting up multiple systemized businesses and really making your living purely from those. So yeah, that maybe gives a little bit of flavor as the direction we're going to go in today. So maybe we'll start with my background. So I was born in Ballymena in Northern Ireland in 1975, smack bang in the middle of the Troubles.
Ooh.
I moved to university in Liverpool where I studied sports science, set up my first business straight out of uni in 2000. That was a sports nutrition business.
Mm-hmm.
We got that to about maybe near enough about £1 million a year in revenue. And basically we grew too fast and invested in way too much, and I ended up losing the business in 2009. At the time they called it the credit crunch. It was really a recession. Credit crunch was a way of sweetening it a little bit. But yeah, so we lost that and ended up selling it to a competitor for a lot less than it was worth. So I took the cash that I earned from that. I decided to retrain as a personal trainer. And again, this was what, 10 years ago, 11 years ago?
Okay.
I was mid-30s at the time. So that was really a second career for me. So did my personal trainer course, 6 weeks, started work. Basically, as soon as finished my course in a gym, went from there to working in a private studio, set up my own boot camps. And I guess that's morphed into what we do today, sort of 10, 11 years later, which is marketing for fitness businesses and primarily helping them by building them lead generating websites that will convert their visitors into clients.
Okay. When you left university, you had the credit crunch come along and basically shut down your first business. What was the sort of, you're not in a gym anymore, personal training, but what was that experience like?
What, losing the business?
Yes.
At the time, it was probably the single most catastrophic thing that had ever happened to me. I thought my world had ended. I remember the way we lost it was we went into administration, and the company that bought it out of administration and basically paid me to not go into competition with them. So they hired me as a consultant for 5 years, basically so that I wouldn't take all the contacts, take all the assets and start again. I mean, I got a good deal out of it, but and it was tough. I couldn't go straight back into the industry, so I was forced into a new career.
Okay.
But as I say, I taken a look back at it now, and I was living in Liverpool at the time, and it didn't force me to move, but I fancied a little bit of a change as where I was working. So I ended up working in Manchester, and I look back at it now, and I don't see it as being the terrible event that it was when it happened, because I look back at it and I think, well, if that didn't happen, that was part of the journey, and I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't have our son. I wouldn't have the business that I have now. I wouldn't be living where I'm living. None of that would have happened. So even though I saw it as a really hard event and something that was very stressful at the time, not just from a point of view of having to find a new career, but also from a point of view of finances. So yeah, I guess that's what it did.
Okay. And so so you went from there and into the gym. Can you say which gym you started to personal train in?
Yes, I can. Yeah. So I did my personal trainer course at a company called Premier Global in Manchester. It was a 6-week course. I already had a degree in sports science, by the way, so I was quite knowledgeable in terms of what to do. So I breezed through the course, finished on a Friday, started work at LA Fitness in Manchester City Centre as a self-employed personal trainer on the Monday morning.
Okay. Wow, that is a swift transition. You did say you were knowledgeable in the actual sports science already. One of the things I've picked up when I started my PT, my road to being a PT, still currently on that. What they don't prepare you for is the amount of paperwork and knowledge you've got to take on in a very short space of time. I know that most probably was different for yourself.
The paperwork, I don't think for me was a big part of it. I think what they don't prepare you for when you do a personal trainer course is they don't prepare you for getting out there into the real world and working with clients. And not only that, they don't prepare you for growing your business and attracting clients. Basically show you how to train people, and they go, okay, off you go, good luck. And that's it. I think there's so many trainers in the industry that come out of their courses and they don't last for very long. I'm not sure what the stats are, but I think the average lifespan of a newly qualified personal trainer is only 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Wow. With you, if you had to say run the course, I imagine you might put a little bit more emphasis on the business side.
I think you have to. Well, it depends what your motivation is. So if you're running a course and you're motivated by getting more people into the course, then maybe that's not such a priority, because the high turnover in the industry means that the industry is always looking for new trainers, and because of that, maybe that's not such a big deal. Then the other thing is, if you're going to really learn how to get into business, I mean, that takes time. You can't just add a day on at the end of the course. I mean, that's it takes years to learn that stuff. No. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think I don't want to diss the courses. I think the training providers do a great job of training people to be coaches and trainers, but the real training starts when you actually start work.
Would you when you first started, would you be able to tell me how your sort of typical day sort of went when you were a personal trainer?
As a trainer in a commercial gym?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the time I was living in Liverpool and commuting into Manchester, which is about, for you guys who don't know the geography, it's about 35 miles, but 40 minutes on a reasonably good traffic day. So my day in the gym would start at 7:30 a.m., which meant I was getting up at 6, driving into Manchester, getting this gym for 7:30, I'd probably train 1 or 2 clients, maybe have a 7:30 session and an 8:30 session, and then go for breakfast, and then maybe try and get an hour sleep and catch up on some sleep, and then I'd be spending the day in the gym, speaking to potential clients, helping people out, and if I had sessions, I'd be doing those, and then I'd have my after work clients. So the thing that a lot of people get into the industry, they don't really realize is that as a one-to-one trainer in a commercial gym, your busiest times, especially if you're in a city center, are going to be before work and after work. So there's a big gap in the middle of the day where you're either not doing anything or you can work on the sort of the paperwork side of your business. But it can be a long day. So if you're thinking 7:30 a.m. in the gym, some nights I wasn't leaving till 8:30 p.m. I was doing that 4 days a week. So you're looking at 15, 16-hour days out of the house, and then getting back to Liverpool 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Might go for a drink with my friends and get into bed, and then that would be it, starting again.
The grind goes on, as they say. Okay, so with this, what made you transition to doing what you're doing now? Because I imagine that as a successful personal trainer, you would be doing quite well, financially speaking.
Yeah, I was doing okay. What I would say is that the scenario that I just described isn't the perfect scenario that I work towards. So when I was finishing as a personal trainer, I also had a boot camp. So I was working with clients in groups, which meant I could leverage my time a little bit more, which meant that because of that, my hourly rate went up. I think at one point, because of leveraging my time, my hourly rate as a coach was about £300 per hour, which is is very good in any job. But for one-to-one training, I was probably charging about 40 to 45. So it was more financially viable to put people into my group training or my boot camps, because I could add someone in and they would pay me £100 a month.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't take up any more of my time. They would just slot into an existing time slot, and there wasn't any more work, so it wasn't taking up any more time, and it just meant that I could earn a little bit more. So it's trying to move away from swapping your time for money, where a lot of people start in the fitness industry. They basically do one-to-one training, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but you are limited on what you can earn based on how much time you want to spend with clients and how much you want to charge per hour.
Excellent. So boot camp, personal training. Now, you mentioned the promotion, like you sort of now help personal trainers with websites and like they help them promote themselves.
Yeah, so we discovered really quickly that something that we were good at was marketing.
Okay.
And it's one of the reasons why I was able to fill my boot camps. And because of that, we started helping other personal trainers. I'm going to say we, I mean me and Matt, who's my business partner. And he's quite techy, by the way. So we met at a personal trainer marketing conference, and we got on really well. We helped each other out with our own marketing. He helped me out with some website stuff. I would run some ads for him. And about 2-3 years down the line, it was like, we need to use this. We need to like basically take this and create a business out of it, because this is stuff that people are asking us for anyway. So we basically started the business in 2013. And I was starting to get a little bit bored in the fitness industry, if I'm being really honest, and being quite entrepreneurial. I know I said I didn't like that word. In one industry for too long.
Yeah, well, you're saying it now.
Yeah. So my hand was sort of forced. At the time, I was in a car accident, required some shoulder surgery. That meant that I had to take a couple of months off because I was in a sling. So I basically got my coaches that was working with me to run all the sessions. And about 6 weeks in, I was like, do you know what? This is the perfect time to basically transition from being in the fitness industry to what we do now.
Okay.
And I end up selling my personal training business and the bootcamp business to one of my coaches, and then did this full time.
Okay. Um, I know some people would have most probably been like, okay, you've got your personal training business, which is doing incredibly well.
Yeah.
And like basically doing a new venture. Why not keep hold of the personal training side, like personal training business? So while you go into the new venture, you still have a little bit of a financial cushion while you're there.
Well, we had already done that, so I was running both together. It wasn't like I basically sold one business and decided to start another one. We'd
Yeah.
already started the other business, so there was a transition period where we were doing both together. And at the time, for me, it just felt like it was the right time to move on. I was bored in the industry. I wasn't really enjoying my day to day, and I got what I thought was a fair offer to purchase the business and the business assets. And I thought, well, do you know what? Let's use this, and I used that as a deposit to buy our house. So it worked out really well.
Yes, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. With regard, like you mentioned, you met your business partner, Matt. Is that correct?
Matt Murphy, that's right. Yeah.
At a conference. Is this one? I don't like. I've known a number of like personal trainers like over the course of time, but I've never actually heard anyone mention a conference or going to a conference to sort of like expand their knowledge.
So this was a marketing conference. It's a really interesting story, actually, because I was working in Fitness First in Manchester at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd gone from LA Fitness to Fitness First and built up a client base in there really quickly, and was trying to do the websites, not the website stuff for other people, but I was trying to get me on top of Google for Personal Trainer Manchester.
Right.
And I was trying to learn how to do personal trainer marketing. So I was doing online courses. I was in forums back in the day when they had forums before they had Facebook groups. And I saw an advertisement for a personal trainer marketing conference in Birmingham. It was called Fitness Entrepreneurs Bootcamp, FEB, F-E-B. And it was about, I think it was about 300 quid. And this was 2012. So, I mean, it was a reasonably expensive ticket. And there was all these guys speaking there who were promising to help you with different aspects of growing your fitness business. And I thought, I need to go to this. This is perfect. So I said to one of the guys in the gym, I said, have a look at this. This looks brilliant. I said, it's based in Birmingham over 2 nights. So go down on the train, stay at Birmingham Uni. It was in Birmingham Uni, stay there for 2 nights.
Okay, yeah.
And 2 days learning with a bunch of other fitness business owners who want to try and grow their fitness business. And I thought, right, this is brilliant. And the guy said to me, he's like, don't like the look of that. It's too salesy. Fine. I'm gonna go on my own.
Yeah.
So I ended up buying the ticket, paid for the hotel, and I got the train down. So I think it cost me about 600 quid in total for the 2 days. And then it turned out that it was a bit of a sort of party atmosphere there. So there was lots of people networking, having drinks together. And, that's where I met Matt. I learned an awful lot. I met a few people that I ended up working with in terms of people mentoring me, people that I could learn marketing from, copywriting, how to be better at the business of fitness. And even today, that conference is still paying off for me because a lot of our clients that we work with at Internet Fit Pro,
Yeah.
Active Fitness Marketing, we know them because of going to that conference.
Like, so from us, like, it must look like a very small investment now. At the time, £600. Like, look, I look at my bank account and go, yeah, £600. It's one of those sums where you got to, like, you think about that £600.
Yeah.
But from what you've got
sorry,
out of it, yeah, but from what you've got out of it, from what it seems, it's taken you a long way.
Yeah, I would say that £600 investment plus what I invested in mentors when I was there is probably responsible for multiple six-figure sales, maybe 300,000 in sales,
Like,
maybe more.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
And like, this is the thing, I would imagine I could imagine the group wasn't that sizable, but it was in case of, it was more quality.
Yeah, there was probably 150 trainers there. And even last year. So the whole point I'm trying to get is that no matter how good you are at marketing, nothing beats face-to-face, and nothing beats actually going and building real relationships. I did a talk at a conference, a small marketing conference for personal trainers last year, and I thought it was terrible. I got really nervous. I even said to Matt, my business partner, I said, Matt, that was terrible. He said, yeah, I know, I could see you getting really nervous. No one noticed. We still got like 5-6 new clients from that, even though in my mind it wasn't as good as I felt it could have been. So the point is, networking will always beat all the marketing stuff, and speaking to people and building relationships and just general outreach will, if you're trying to grow a business, it's the number one thing that you should be doing.
No, sound words. And like, you know what, I wish more people had the attitude to do that. As I said, they're like, you're the first person who's actually ever said, yes, I went to a conference to do this. And I know quite a few personal trainers to date, and it's one of those things where when you say it, it's absolutely logical. It makes complete common sense. But the sort of act of doing it, I never hear anyone saying that, oh yeah, I'm going off to a conference, I'm going to like do this, I'm going to pick up these new skills.
Yeah, occasionally we'll run sort of client days and little conference days, mini conferences. We call them, can I swear on this?
Well, like like, have at it, sir, have at it.
So we'll call them get shit done days. Not going to drop an F-bomb.
Oh.
So, and the number of times that we've had people say, oh, I can't make it, I've got 2 clients that day. It's like, dude, 2 clients is worth 60 quid, 70 quid. What you're going to learn on one day, and the people that you're going to meet will multiply that 100 times over in your business. And the more you do that, the more your business grows. The more you learn, and the more you network, and the more you model successful people. So I started a boot camp from nothing, from scratch. I did not have a clue what to do, what exercises to do, how to get clients, how much to charge, what music to use. How did I do that? I invested in getting someone who'd already done it to show me what to do. And that was it. I just copied their system. How did we grow a digital agency? How did we come up with the website system that we've got? We modeled other systems that work. We invested in getting people to teach us how to do this stuff. And that investment will always pay for it. And if you're going to invest in yourself. This is another point. A lot of personal trainers, a lot of coaches, they want to try and do things on the cheap. So so question that I see a lot is, what's the best free software for this? Where can I get a free website? Where can I get free stock images? Right, go and get free stock images, but every other personal trainer on the planet is using free stock images.
Yeah.
If you're using a free Wix website, what is your potential client going to think when they land on your website that looks like it's been designed by a 5-year-old that said, this is a free Wix website? Like, you're trying to sell a premium priced product. You need to show that you are worthy of charging what you're asking people for by having a website and marketing and the knowledge and investing in yourself. Because if you don't invest in yourself, then why should people invest in you?
No.
Or why can you expect people to invest in you?
No, it's very true. It's very true. Like, basically, yeah, if I don't know, like, it's a case of, if you're going to do something, do it to your best abilities, I always say. If you're going to half-ass it, you're going to get half-ass results, time in, time out. And like, the whole thing is, what I don't often understand, personal trainers especially, they're into making people be their optimal selves, if you get what I mean, physically, and like sometimes mentally. But when it comes down to the sort of business side of things, they don't actually do that. Like, they don't actually push themselves to at that level, because over the last few years, it's been like Instagram this, Instagram that, and then
Yeah, I mean, and I've got a couple of theories as to why that is. I think that the majority of personal trainers get into the fitness industry because they've got a passion for fitness, not necessarily because they want to have their own business. So that can be difficult. And then personal trainers are no different to the general public. So we're not having a dig at personal trainers. I think it's just human psyche. People are always looking for a shortcut. Whether you're a personal trainer and you're looking for a shortcut to grow your business, or you're someone who's a bit overweight and you're looking for the next quick weight loss solution. Trainers would rather be on Instagram posting pictures, which is easy, than out networking, speaking to people, growing the business, getting connections, and investing in themselves. It's hard work. It's costly, and the return on investment is brilliant. But this is why people don't want to do it, because it's hard work. It's like fitness and exercise. People know how to lose weight. People know that if they want to lose weight and they're given a choice between a McDonald's and a healthy salad, they know which one's healthy. They know which one will help them lose weight.
And if it's a Saturday night, it's a kebab.
Yeah, and if it's a Saturday night, it's a kebab or a pizza and 10 pints. And do you know what? They know that that's taking them away from their goals. They are just choosing. They are making a choice. They are choosing to move away from their goals. And that's a mixture of mindset and beliefs and a whole ton of stuff that we probably don't have time to discuss today. But people already know what to do. They're just choosing not to do it because they're looking for an easy fix. And unfortunately, building a business or losing weight has nothing to do with easy fixes and shortcuts. It's about having a system and doing it consistently every day. And if you fall off the wagon and you make a mistake, you go, do you know what? I had a kebab today. I'll make up for it tomorrow by being super healthy, and then I'll get back on track. But business is like that. If I do something and I make a mistake or I lose a client, I'm not giving up. It's about looking at what you've done wrong and looking at what mistakes you've made, and then basically saying, right, here's how I can rectify this. Here's how I can get to my goals and keep going in the direction that I want to go in.
I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot.
Yeah.
With like, now, I know, like, if you had to do this, start all over again tomorrow,
Yeah.
what would be like, what would say, would you have a 1-step, 2-step, 3-step plan? What would like, how would you do that?
So what are we talking about starting? Starting in the fitness industry or starting building an agency again?
Um, like basically a dealer's choice. If it was a case of like starting an agency or starting a fitness, which one would you choose first of all?
I would choose the fitness because I wouldn't have chosen fitness to work as an agency if I hadn't been in the fitness industry, because it gave me a unique insight into how it works, what
Okay.
works, what doesn't work. And also from a marketing point of view, it forced me to learn why people buy fitness, why people buy personal training, why people join gyms.
Mm, excellent. And like with that, would you just do the personal training? Would you just like start the boot camp, or would you do some other thing which might be a little bit on trend now?
I don't think, like, it's a bit of a loaded question because you don't know these things unless you know these things. So
Mm,
for me, it's about a journey.
yeah.
So it'd be very hard to say, right, I'm going to go into the fitness industry and start a boot camp.
Yeah.
You sort of have to start doing the one-to-ones, and then you have to find your way, because you might not necessarily want to go down the boot camp route. You might want to do other types of training. You might want to coach athletes. You might want to work with different populations. You might decide you don't want to work with the general population. You probably just need to exercise a bit more and eat less. You might want to work with I don't know, older people, younger people, athletes, bodybuilders, fitness models, people who are recovering from diseases, people who are rehabilitating from injury. There are a metric ton of avenues that you can go down in the fitness industry if you choose to.
Mm. Ah. So with like with all the things you've gone through and like with everything, like all the experiences you picked up, uh, if someone came up to you and went, fitness, yes or no, like getting the fitness industry, what would you say to them?
I would ask them what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Because ultimately, coffee
Oh.
machine. Give it a second.
Someone coming in.
It's not. It's cleaning itself.
Okay.
You can edit this out.
No.
So what I'd say is, I'd ask them what it is. What do they want?
Mm.
What are your motivations for getting into the fitness industry, and what do you want to get out of it?
Mm.
So let me flip it. Let's turn this into a coaching session.
Okay.
So you're getting into the fitness industry right now.
Yes.
Why have you decided to get into the fitness industry?
Uh, Basically to help people get like, well, find their fitness journey, help them improve their lives by exercising, like either if it's strength conditioning, like general fitness, or just, you know what I mean, the overall look.
Okay. So why what do you want to get from it, and then why have you chosen that?
Well, like part of it, I would have to admit, is a little bit selfish for me, because it will be a case of I feel good helping someone else out, but also helping others like feel better about themselves, like at the end of the day.
Okay. So what does that look like for you? How do you see your day? What do you want to be doing day to day?
Day to day, if anything, I most probably start out with the gym routes, like basically one-on-one clients. Bigger picture, I'm not too sure how that's going to go
Okay.
yet, but that's one of the things, trying to get that down properly, see if I can build enough relationships to then sort of like go, right, I've got these people who are there with me, I'm helping them move forward. Now what else can be done from there? That is, yeah.
Okay, so what I'd say to that is you have to start at the one-to-one level and figure out who it is you want to work with, because you might find that you start working in a commercial gym environment, and you might, I'm not saying struggle as a coach, but you might find that you're motivated to work with different people. So if I said to you, do you want to work with bodybuilders? Is that something that might interest you?
Like, I'm not, well, even though I lift a heavy weight in my time, it's like I'm not, well, I would say I'm not the sort of like bodybuilder guru type, if you get what I mean.
Okay, I do, and there's a reason why I asked the question, because it allows you to eliminate that and then go, okay, so I'm not going to be working with bodybuilders. I don't need to be talking about bodybuilder type stuff in my marketing, in my day to day. Are you looking to work with athletes?
With my current knowledge, I wouldn't say I'm like at that sort of elite level.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So by eliminating the people that you maybe not sure that you want to work with, and also by moving towards working with a certain segment of the population, you can start to work out what it is that they want. So not only what they want, but also why they want it. So for example, I mean, I'm 44 years old. If I'm trying to lose weight and trying to keep fit and get fit, the reasons that I'm wanting to do that are very, very, very different to a 21-year-old lad who is trying to get a six-pack.
Oh, yeah.
And the reasons that he wants to get a six-pack is very, very, very different to the reasons why a 50-year-old woman might want to lose weight. So by knowing who you want to work with, it also means that you can start to talk to them in their language.
Okay.
And when you start to talk to someone in their language, then you get to build rapport with them. Because let's use Janet, 35-year-old mother of two. She's kids are at school. She's probably not ever lost her baby weight. She's probably lost a little bit of confidence since she had her kids.
Okay.
When you start talking to her about conditioning and words like fat loss and other what we would call industry trainer words, she's going to switch off. She will switch off if you start talking to her about food prep, meal prep. Why don't you just prep all your meals on a Sunday night and put them in Tupperware boxes? And this is something we see trainers doing. And do you know what? She's going,
I've got kids.
I've got fucking school uniforms to iron and kids' lunches to make. You really think I have time to do that? And my husband, he doesn't do anything either. So,
yeah, no.
It's about flipping it and understand. Sorry, it's about flipping it and understanding what it is they want and why they want it, and then start to talk to them in their language, because then they get to know that you know them and understand them, and it's called empathy. They can understand that you feel for them, and they know that you are the right person to help them to reach their goals. So you're not like 35-year-old busy woman with two kids. She's not thinking about training.
No, she's trying to survive.
She's thinking about exercise.
Yeah.
She's thinking, how can I lose this baby weight? How can I look better in a dress? How can I make my husband notice me again? How can I turn heads when I walk in a room? How can I be a bit more confident? How can I be happier? How can I be less miserable? She's not thinking about squats and lunges and press-ups and circuit training. All she wants is someone to show her how to get to where she wants to be. Let me give you an example. So, do you know when this is going out live?
It should be going out live in, well, either later today.
Okay.
Or
fine. So we're smack bang in the middle of January. What do most people do in January?
Gym.
Forget about gym.
Yes, resolutions all the way.
Okay. What adverts do you see on TV in January?
You know what? It's been such a long time since I've actually watched conventional TV. Okay. I don't. Oh my Lord. Holidays. Yeah. Beach ready. Beachbody ready.
No. This is not about Beachbody ready. This is about understanding how to sell fitness. Okay.